This was my £100,000 Porsche which was stolen from me, and today we're going to attempt to get it back.
How it was stolen is crazy, but first let's go back to before it was taken so I can tell you exactly how the thieves took it from me.
This was me at 22 years old, working 9 to 5 at the family business Cymark Engineering.
Safety goggles.
Just like you guys, I dreamt of owning a sports car, and I was determined to make that dream a reality. That's why I spend my evenings and my weekends doing side hustles to earn extra cash, because I knew a normal 9 to 5 was never going to buy me that sports car.
Every grand I earned, I added it onto a chart. And that car, which I was saving up for, the Porsche 911 993 Targa. This was the latest, the coolest car, and it was fresh out.
I had read the reviews, I knew all of the stats, I even had the poster on my wall. And I had dreamt of owning one every night for years. But unfortunately, it was also the thieves' jackpot.
So, let me tell you the story of how my first supercar got stolen.
So here it is, my local Porsche garage.
Well, it was in the 1990s.
But back then, this is where I used to come most weekends to look and dream of buying the cars. Well, after all that hard work, eventually I saved up the money and I came in here and I picked out my perfect spec.
I spec'd a new Porsche 911, the very cool Targa model, in the latest paint colour Zenith Blue, with upgraded 17-inch Speedline split rims, finished off with the top-of-the-range sports seats in light marble grey leather. This was the ultimate spec which I had built in my head over and over. I didn't even need a brochure. I knew every option there was for this car. And 2 months later, collection day, the best day of my life.
It was handover day, I got the keys, some chocolates, and I got my brand new car. It came out of these doors, and this was the start of the journey which ended in disaster. Let me tell you how my dream car was stolen on the very first day I owned it, less than an hour old. You've got to think at 23 years old, this was like crazy, and this wasn't bought for me, I'd earned this. And I was so proud of that day, and the first thing I did was go back to my parents' house where I lived to show them my brand new car.
My first drive from the Porsche dealership in Hagley to my mum and dad's house in Burcott should have only taken 17 minutes.
On that day, my immaturity made a decision that I would regret for the rest of my life. So here was the big mistake. Now I should have gone down this road here, the B4096 to Burcott, but instead I carried on straight down here, which was the A38 towards Bromsgrove. And I did that for one reason, and that was because instead of going straight home, I wanted to go up the dual carriageway to see how fast my car would go, how fast my car would get up to 70 mile an hour. And you can see there, HM Prisons, which again is going to become part of the story in a minute. But this was where I took the wrong turn in, which made a massive difference to this whole story.
This car was rapid. My previous cars had been a Transit van and a Peugeot 106, but this was a whole different ballgame. This was a 3.6 litre flat 6 engine, 285 horsepower, and 0 to 60, 5.3 seconds. It was literally twice as fast as anything I had owned before. It was amazing. What a day. And in my head at that time, it was a car I would have never have sold. It was the ultimate, and I was going to keep it.
So I'd done my car wow top speed run, and I came off here now to double back to Burcott.
This is where the day takes a horrid turn.
This is the entrance to the prison. Now I was driving down this way, and obviously there must have been a car, a Fiesta pulling out of right there, but I didn't notice that. I was in my own little world with my Wham playing or Spice Girls, whatever it was.
And I had taken this route many times in the past, but never before in my brand new Porsche.
Imagine how proud I was. I was so excited to show my parents. I had grafted and gambled to make enough money to buy a sports car at such a young age. I had put everything into this car, and very soon it was all about to be taken from me. So this was the last few moments of the journey. Dear me. You've got to laugh.
After my 30-minute drive and my car was fully running, I pulled onto my parents' driveway.
I pulled up to the back of where that Tesla was, and I remember my dad was on a set of ladders changing a light bulb in this antique sort of lamppost they had. I left the keys in the car, I left it running. Okay, hindsight, I know that now.
But unknowing of what was about to happen, I jumped out of my car and went into the house to get my mum.
And then while I was in there, I heard the car revving, which I assumed was my dad. I thought, cheeky sod, I've only just had it. I've only just run it in doing 170 mile an hour down the Duke Carriageway. That was a joke. It was 160. So I rushed outside and realised my dad wasn't in the car. There was somebody else sat in the car. Now, as it turns out, a Fiesta had pulled up here with the 4 lads in the car who'd been to see their mate in the prison.
And one of those lads jumped out of the Fiesta and jumped into the driving seat of my brand new car.
We tried to stop the car, me and my dad. Unfortunately, obviously we couldn't, and he reversed back as fast as he could. And then head off straight down that way, back towards the motorway. At that stage, obviously, absolute panic. My brother and my dad jumped into my mum's white Golf automatic, and I jumped into my dad's old Mercedes estate. And we just went flat out down there in hot pursuit of this brand new car which had just been stolen. And this junction here, when I came down here, there was a Fiesta which pulled out right in front of me, and I had to swerve round. Well, now I know what I know now. It was the rest of the car dropped that lad off. The other 3 lads in that car were trying to block me. So I went along here absolutely flat out. I couldn't see my dad and my brother in the Golf, and I definitely couldn't see my car. At this stage, I was going as fast as I could.
I was driving that boat on the limit. I was just seeing red.
So when I got to this roundabout here, you can see this is the M42 Junction 1. And if the thief would have turned right and gone up the M42, we'd have never seen that car ever again. Interestingly now, there's all bushes and it's overgrown. But when I got to here on that day, I could just about see my brother and my dad in that white Golf going down the A38. And when they got to this island just before, they could just about see the Porsche. So like millimetre split seconds, they just about managed to be able to see the car. So I went round here absolutely flat out as fast as I could, and then down the A38. Luckily, the lights weren't on red. So this is where things got really bad. The stolen Porsche raced up here, but luckily it hit some traffic. So my brother and my dad smashed into the back of my brand new car and fired it straight through that hedge.
And there it was, my brand new Porsche, which I'd spent years saving for, was smashed to pieces.
There was mud all being sprayed in the air because the criminal had his foot flat on the floor trying to reverse out the situation. At that stage, he bailed and came running down that road, straight into the path of me coming in my dad's car. Now I came up here and he was running down the road, so I did the normal thing anybody'd do when a guy just stolen their car, and I tried to run him over. Lucky for him, but unlucky for me, he dived out the way. But I made the massive mistake of jumping out of that car and chasing after him, forgetting it was an automatic, and that kept on going, and that car crashed as well. Now this is where the thief ran. He ran up there and dived into those gardens. I was 23, so I was fast and I was in hot pursuit, and right behind me was my dad and my brother, and we actually caught hold of him up where somebody was doing their gardening with a pitchfork. You've got to imagine, for that guy, he'd just seen some guy running and 3 guys at that stage on top of him, so he came at us with his garden fork, because obviously he had no idea what was going on. We explained to him what was going on, and then we dragged that criminal, the thief of my car, back down to the road to call the police. When the police came, they put him in handcuffs and put him in the back of the car. But again, this is a special memory right now, which I remember of my dad. He was like shouting out the window, explaining that we'd beat him up and he wanted to press charges. So my dad got in the back of the car with him. It was like a Tom and Jerry cartoon where the characters are going like that in the back of the car.
So my dad was taken out of the police car and all three of us were dragged down to the police station for questioning.
What should have been the most amazing day of my life had turned into the biggest nightmare. And the rest of my 23rd birthday was spent in the police station, giving statements about what had happened. We were being charged ourselves as we had physically got hold of this idiot and he was pressing charges against us. Me, my dad, all of us. This was our family trying to get their own possessions back, and I'm sure you guys would have done the same. It could have ended badly in so many ways. Somebody could have got seriously hurt. But the McCanns, we had all come together, and that's what families are about. When it goes south, we stick together.
And of course, we still had the mess of what to do with the cars. Not only was my brand new Porsche wrecked, my mum's Golf's front end was stoved in and my dad's car was embedded in a wall.
The cost to replace all three of these cars was astronomical and definitely something we couldn't afford. So we had to try to claim on the insurance. And I know what you're all thinking. There's absolutely no chance. The keys were in the car's ignition and it was running. You crashed into your own cars. But we had to give it a go. And this was our argument.
Now, insurance was always going to be a massive problem, so we are going to reenact exactly what happened to show you the issues which we were facing. So, I came back to my mum and dad's house to show off my new car. But I left the keys in ignition, I left it running, I left the door open, and I left the vicinity. Now, I was now out of the picture. I was away from the car. And this is where the massive problem happened with the insurance, because I was nowhere near a car which was left running with the keys in ignition. But my dad was on these ladders, and lucky for us, we had a thing called a fleet policy.
Anyone who worked for Cymark was covered to drive this car, and our whole family worked there, which meant it wasn't just me who was technically insured to drive this car. My mum was, my brother was, and importantly right now, my dad was also insured.
We argued that because of how close my dad was to this car, he was still in control of it. So after 6 months of to and fro and backwards and forwards arguing, my dad, the master blagger, took it straight to the insurance company to say that we were still insured.
This had to work. My new car was £68,000 and the repair quote on my car alone was 23 grand. My mum's Golf was a mess and my dad's was a smashed Mercedes. So all in all, I guess we were 40 grand deep in damages.
And all this mess, and the car wasn't even an hour old.
So, the big question, did they pay?
After months of arguments and countless solicitors, thankfully they agreed to pay for the repair of all the cars.
Which was a godsend, because I was all in on this car. Every single penny I had earned and saved was spent on this beautiful Porsche. This is probably worth more than the Porsche actually now.
So after all the argument was sorted, the 911 Targa went into the accident repair centre and it was restored back to perfect condition. And eventually I was able to drive and enjoy the car that I had worked so hard for. My side hustles were both physically and mentally draining, such as buying pallets of returned broken items, repairing them and selling them on for a profit, but that was by the lorry load. Also buying end-of-line clothes in huge bulk, 10,000 items at a time, which I sold at a discounted price at car boot sales. These side hustles were hard graft and I did it for years on top of my 9 to 5. 7 days a week, starting really early and working really late. But now it was all going to be worth it because I was going to be able to drive around in my dream car. But this was not the end of the story. In fact, it was just the beginning.
During the time I did have the car, I did really enjoy it, as you can see. This is where I started up a little business called MJM Groom and Best Man Delivery. So I realised there was a gap in the market where when you're a lady, you got taken to your wedding in the back of an old Rolls Royce. But as a groom and a best man, Mark turned up on a Saturday, always late, and took them to the wedding.
Did you turn it off when you got out of it at the wedding?
Too soon. Too soon for jokes like that. This was only a few weeks after I got it back. What is the matter with you? Is it your mum? Is it because of what's happening to your mum?
What's happening to my mum? Oh, camera's died.
Ask all the boys.
Camera's died.
Ask the rugby team! They can still hear me.
Like all good things, it had to end. As I continued my wheeling and dealing, I eventually sold the Porsche, which was the start of the crazy supercar and hypercar journey I am still on. But I don't think I could have ever realised how much that car actually meant to me.
Like our family, we've always worked together, so we've had plenty of arguments. But the thing with a McCann is once you fight one, you fight us all. That's always been our ethos. We stick together, blood is thicker than water. And that day, our whole family came together to get that car back.
Since then, unfortunately, my dad is no longer with us. And I now know how precious any memories are as a family.
And the memory of me, him, our family in this car is very special to me. And obviously when I sold it, my dad was still around and I didn't have that emotional tie. But if I think about it now, this car is probably the closest I'll ever get to him through cars. So I would love to hunt down the original car. Not a replica, not one which looks like it, I mean the car. P511XAB, which I will remember that reg to the day I die. Maybe that car doesn't exist anymore, maybe it got crashed again, maybe it was scrapped, maybe it's been exported, I don't know. But let's try find it. Let's try and find that car. The car which made me so happy and so sad all in one day. I don't know if this is possible, as this car could literally be anywhere. It's been nearly 30 years since this car was made and well over 2 decades since I last saw it.
Porsche made over 4,500 of these 993 Targos, so the chance of us finding this one and only car is highly unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Okay, I think the first place we're going to start is to see if the car exists still, which obviously the best place would be to check tax and MOT on the government website, because one thing we do know is we know the reg. So let's see if it still is alive. P511XAB. Correct. Yes. It's MOT'd. It exists. This is a car. Date of first registration, March 1997, which is exactly my birthday. Right, now, it's a bit weird that it got MOT'd, but it's not taxed. It was changed on the 11th of September and MOT'd on the 10th of September.
So this car was taken to the MOT station, and after passing, it was immediately sawn and taken off the road. So we did some more digging into its history.
Right, let's see what Car Vertical tells us, because as we know, it can be very, very useful. Right, so mileage, it's had no mileage fraud, look, so it's been used a lot to start with.
Cleverly, Car Vertical flags up it hadn't been driven for 3 years. And on a modern car, that would be a red flag, but it's typical on a classic car in someone's collection. And we had found some more good news.
This is a big one for me when you're doing a check, is you can tell that it's got no outstanding finance, because if you had bought this car, if I'd have bought this car with outstanding finance, I would then be liable to that. So I could pay for the car once and end up paying for it twice and get into a right disaster legal battle. So that's a good one to look at when you check in to buy a new car.
But as we scroll down to the car's history timeline, the Car Vertical check revealed some bad news to me and our hunt.
MOT. So it changed ownership in 2003. Right, then it got changed in 2013. Oh, bad news, everyone. Bad news. It's been in the same owner for 12 years. Oh, I know what's happened here. I reckon he owns it, he collects it, he's used it for the summer, he's sawn it because it's come to the winter. Like last year, he used it 40 miles.
happy days.
We don't know who he is, but I think,
Still happy days.
well, it's not, is it? Because if he's a collector and he loves his car, he's not going to sell it to me, is he?
I know, that's why I say happy days. I'm one step closer to getting my carpet, aren't I?
So I think we knew it was never going to be easy to find this car. But at least we know everything else on the report is green and good news. Interestingly, the government's categorised damage system wasn't even a thing until just after the crash. But anything from 1998 onwards would look like this. As you can see, this modern Audi shows up on the car vertical as being crashed and even has photos from when it was auctioned off at the car crash auction website.
And it's not been scrapped. And that's a big one as well, because we know the car is still alive. Car vertical, very, very useful. Now, if you want to check out your car, a friend's car, or a car you're looking to buy, you can use my discount code MARK to save yourself some money on that search. Link is in the description. Thank you, Car Vertical, because you've been fantastic for sponsoring this video. Right, now we've got to find a car which has been in the same owner for 12 years. He loves the car, cherishes the car, sawns it every winter, and we need to somehow find him and buy it off him. Ah, damn, not looking good.
This car is so sentimental to me. At the very least, I would love to see this car again. I am so determined to track down its current owner, and I have the perfect person which I think can help us.
Hello again.
All right, Mark.
Right, not only do you find fake Kens, hackers, you're also you're big up in the Porsche Club, aren't you? Can you just explain what you do?
Yeah, so I'm the IT director for the Porsche Owners Club. Now, obviously, it's a massive community in the UK with 25,000 members.
And my theory is, because his current owner has collected his car, hardly driven it, but still always MOTs it on time, there is a good chance he is a member of the Porsche Club.
Within the Porsche community, somebody's going to know that car because that's a special car. It's only 993 Targa, it's quite rare. So I think if I get the Porsche Owners Club to maybe push a post out and ask if any of the members maybe have seen it, know of it, somebody might have owned it.
That's what I was thinking. Even if we can't find where it is now, if we can find a bit of a timeline that somebody said, I've had that car in 2005 to 2010, and
yeah, that'd be good.
Anything like that would be amazing.
When you find it, they might not sell it.
Ian's right. If he's had this car 12 years, he likely cherishes it. We know from the mileage he only uses it a couple of summer days a year, and in the winter it's tucked up in a nice warm garage. Even if we find it, we still need to try and convince him to sell it. So I'm going to need some help.
This is my friend Carl from Tom Hartley Cars, and he is a regular on our weekly Thursday night live podcast on our Mark McCann Mark II YouTube channel. Their dealership has bought and sold nearly every supercar, so it's a real possibility through the 993 Targa Porsche's life he may have bought or sold this car. But for me, where Carl will shine is if we do find who owns his car, he is the man to convince the owner to sell it.
I want to find my first ever posh car.
Okay, what is it?
It is a 993 Porsche Targa.
Good car. Do you have the reg number of it?
I do. We know it's MOT'd, it's not taxed, it's only just been sawn, so I feel like somebody might have it as a collectible car.
Well, it is a collectible car now. Do you know what part of the country it was last MOT'd?
No, you need the V5 to be able to find locations of the test history.
There might be ways around that.
Do you know anyone who can look on a register or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It won't be easy, but it won't be as hard as you think.
Do you know anyone who works in Porsche who's got a computer?
Yeah.
Like it. Is this illegal?
It's not illegal. I mean, data protection might be.
Don't worry about
it might
that.
be.
No,
the rules
don't
of
worry
data
about it.
protection might be bent a little bit. Not broken, but bent.
So, Carl might be able to bend the rules a bit to help us out. Meanwhile, we have had some great news from the post that the Porsche Club and Ian put out.
Right, this one is very interesting, and this is exactly what I wanted this post to be. This guy works at Ferrari in the group Sitner, okay? Can't say his name, but his name's John Smith. So please don't sack him. Now, he can look onto the computer and he can see that it was serviced at Porsche Solihull, which obviously is also part of the Sitner group, in 2003. Can't give any more information because of GDPR. So it's not Well, it doesn't really help us, does it? But
That was before I was born.
but it just shows that, and me.
But if people are finding that, maybe you might find the car.
Exactly, because, you know, being a very collectible car, you know, we're already getting interest. It's only been 22 hours, so fingers crossed we'll have some more information soon. But are we getting closer? I think we are getting closer.
After a few days of searching, finally we had a message from Ian to give him a call. Hopefully he has some good news for us.
Hi Mark.
Right, Ian, I've just got your message.
The post has had some really good feedback, and we've just been told there's a car come up for sale on Cameron Sports Cars, which is a company in Bath that's a Porsche specialist, and it's a Zenith blue Targa with grey interior.
That sounds promising. Is there a reg on it?
The only registration number on it is one of the dealer registrations in a photograph, because it's only just been put on the internet.
So we headed straight home to check it out. Could it actually be the car?
Right, Cameron Sports Cars. There we go. Okay, lots of Porsches. Targa, grey one, 90 grand.
That must be the other one.
God, it isn't that one.
Maybe he sells premium cars.
Doesn't it?
As I scrolled down the page, I came across this.
Right, here it is. 70 grand. Ouch.
Cheap.
1997. Targa manual. Zenith blue, grey leather.
So does that look like yours?
It bloody does look like mine.
And the more I looked, the more I felt like this was my car.
Black badge. Can't remember if I had that. Interior looks the same, to be fair. It's definitely the same wheels. Ah, I remember that thing. That was an extra. Don't know how many people had that extra. Look at that. Air cooled.
So could it be?
It definitely could be. What? It definitely had white dials. 100% mine. Definitely.
87,000?
What? Hang on a sec. What am I listening? Hang on a sec. Hang on.
I remembered seeing the latest mileage on the MOT on the car vertical check.
That matches up.
It's got to be the car. It's got to be the car.
With the mileage matching, year and colours being the same, surely this is it. But with no reg number online, there's only one way we can find out.
Good afternoon, Cameron. What's next?
We're just ringing up about the Zenith Blue 993 Targa you've got advertised.
Yes, that's still for sale.
Perfect. Odd question.
Yeah.
Do you know the reg?
Yeah, just bear with me one moment. Yeah, P511XAB.
XAB?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, brilliant. Right, that sounds odd, but basically I'm trying to find my old car, and that exact reg is my old car.
Wow.
And I owned it 20 odd years ago.
Did you? Oh, wow.
Can we come and see it?
Of course you can, yeah.
Yes! How have we found the car? 28 years later, I'm going to sit in my very first supercar again. This is crazy. After days of searching and you guys, as usual, going above and beyond to help, the power of social media has shown its strength again. And somehow we have found my very first supercar.
How are we?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, not bad. I found the car, the Porsche, the car, my car.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still working on it, but wow.
Stop working on it. Just wanted your help on what you think it's worth, because it's quite high mileage. It's nearly 90,000 on the clock.
You got to be clever here. You don't want to be just paying, whatever because you want the car. If it's very, very good history, go max 60, 65.
Okay, brilliant. So if we can get it for that, we're going to be safe.
Yeah, they're a very sought after car at the minute. It's manual, it's a good colour, it's a 993. They're only going one way. But don't just pay whatever.
Okay. Good news. Found the Porsche.
My carpets. Have you really?
Yeah. P511XAB for sale in Chippenham.
No way.
Porsche specialist. And it's only 70 grand.
much.
Amazing news. We are off to see my old car. Maybe this is just meant to be, but the price is going to be an issue. Carl said that this car is worth somewhere between £60,000 and £65,000. And as we know, this has got high mileage. As you can see, this similar car here with less mileage is way cheaper at £54,000. But hopefully we can haggle out a deal. For obvious reasons, this would be a very cool addition to my car collection.
I'm excited to see if I recognise it, because this is a car I spec. Like, how this car looked is how I wanted it. This was a brand new car the day I had it.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
God, that's mad. Good to see it.
Here she is, my actual car 27 years later. We are reunited and it looks as good now as when I last saw it. It's stunning. It is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
I did look in the front of the service book.
Has it got my name?
And your name's in there.
Is it really?
So after
No way, that's amazing. It still looks very modern, doesn't it, with this colour combination?
you spec'd it well. I don't know if you chose the spec when you wanted to order it.
Because I remember this was extra.
Yeah.
I remember that spoiler part with the third brake light was extra.
How's it feel?
Amazing. Like, it doesn't feel that dated, which is amazing. Bearing in mind, this is 28 years old. I remember the white clocks, and I remember the colour, and I remember that roof. And it is like so nice, isn't it, with the glass?
Yeah, it is.
Sitting back in this car, the memories are rushing back.
Looks nearly as good as the day I had it. Not the second day, but the first day. Yeah, there's a bit of a story.
But where has the car been for the last 27 years?
So have you spent some money on this yourselves?
So we've known the car for a number of years. It's been looked after in our workshop. And then the last owner, he's been asking us over the years to do work to it. So it's had a full repaint. It's just had a top-end engine rebuild. It's been restored, ready for the next owner, or the original owner.
Yeah.
With no exaggeration, this car is in unbelievable condition. It looks just like the first day I had it. And if there was any doubt this car wasn't originally mine,
That's crazy.
So it's got a really good history. So the car's been loved, but this is the interesting bit. That's your name.
And that is the address it was stolen from. That's mad. Why did he sawn it?
Well, I think it was off the road while it's been having work done, so it's had an engine rebuild.
now this makes sense. The car had a fresh MOT and then it was sawn as it was off-road having work done to be ready and prepared to go on sale.
It's been in a magazine at some point in the past. What year was that?
The car?
The car, yeah, featured in a Total 911.
No way.
All the history and service stamps shows this car has had a cherished life since it left my hands. Every owner has serviced this car on the button and the work has been done to pristine condition. There are invoices totalling over £30,000 spent in restoration in the last 3 years. But before we haggle a deal, we need to make sure this car drives well.
I remember that. I definitely remember that. How's it feel?
At this point, I was totally speechless. Words couldn't describe how I felt.
Oh, wow. Oh, I want it. I really, really, really want it. It's just too expensive. I haven't got the heart to tell him it's been smashed up. My little leg's shaking. Why am I shaking? It's quite fast. Oh, I love cars. But look at my knees, look. I'm gonna have to like chop the end of the seat off. Hang on. Oh, the camera. Dropped off. It's not my old marathon chocolate bar in there, is there? Oh wow. Right, well I've got you all, just me and you. Thank you so much for watching these videos, like really appreciate it. We're having a really good time making them, and if you don't mind just hitting that subscribe button. I know it's a pain in the neck to stop watching or go get your phone, but it'd be fantastic if you could. Really would love to get to 1 million subscribers. Oh, brake. Sure, should we do a 0 to 60? Brake's good. Go, ready, go.
Good change.
Not a bad change. Now,
5.7. Smells a bit punchy. That smells very. You might have to drive it for a bit before you get it back.
I can't lie. I have fallen in love with this car for the second time.
it's just the price. It's too expensive, and unless Simon's willing to do a decent deal, it's just not worth buying over the odds for it, even though it's massively sentimental to me. Still got to be realistic. It's worth what it's worth.
This car, of course, is very special to me, as you all know, for good and bad reasons. But as Carl said, this is too expensive. Yes, it's been refurbished and had lots of money spent on it, but it's always going to be high mileage.
See?
Sentimental or not, I still have to consider its real value. So, can we make a deal work?
That's special. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
It is.
I do want it, but I don't want to sound too desperate. I don't want it.
Really?
Would you take? I was thinking 60. I know that sounds low.
Yeah. It's too low on this car for what's been invested in the car. Yeah, 60 is too low mark on this occasion.
Okay. Is there somewhere you could like? I'm rubbish at this.
We're not really looking for offers from where we are, but I really want this to work. So I think I like the story. So I would do it 65 if that helps.
Simon is willing to strike a deal on this car, and the sentimental feeling and the smile it gave me when I saw this car again only adds value to me. This one is about family and a connection which will last forever. He also took out all of his profit out the deal so he could make this story have a magical ending. It's back where it belongs. McCann is back on the V5 for the first and the fifth time, which is really cool. A massive thank you to Simon at Cameron Sports Cars, because he did go above and beyond to close this deal.
Skiing.
You get some skis.
Oh, roller boots.
Obviously it's an amazing car, but for me it's way more than that, obviously, because the sentimental value with what my dad and my family went through, and now it's back with our family, my new family with Senna. Massive thank you as well to all the people who messaged, who helped to find this car. Obviously you didn't even know what it was all about, and everybody went above and beyond.
Ah.
It's cool, it's back. Do you think this was like...
How many girls did you have in there?
Trick question.
You're not supposed to look, you're supposed to say none.
That's why I had to go to a four-seater.
How amazing is it that you've managed to get your first supercar back? Like, what are the chances?
And I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. I know, it's amazing. Right, well done. See you next Tuesday, 6 p.m.